we're back. And you'll notice that we are not at the crab stand, we are not at the yard, and we are not at the marina.
And we are in the middle of the bay.
We are on top of Baltimore Lighthouse. It's a bit of a story as to how we got here, and we are spending the night here, which is actually super cool. But listen, this was not very well planned by me. This is a little bit of a spur of the moment thing, but when you get the chance to spend the night on a lighthouse, you really ought to. I mean, this is pretty cool.
I just showed up. I came along for the ride.
That's what she said at our wedding too. So we'll rewind to kind of how we got here, I guess. We're on a bit of an adventure, and it's a little bit unconventional, but I've really been excited about doing this for a long time. It's been something I've been looking at my whole life thinking, wow, I really want to do this. And I finally got the opportunity to do it. A little bit of a rush job here, but we have a couple fishing rods packed, we got some other stuff, and we're just gonna kind of wing it. When you get an opportunity like this, you want to do what you can to be able to take advantage of it. So today, we are sleeping on Baltimore Lighthouse, which is out here in the Chesapeake Bay. It's at the mouth of the Magathy River. It's actually the newest lighthouse to the bay, but well over 100 years old. Super iconic to the area. I've been staring at it, fishing around it, all that kind of stuff my entire life. Always wondered what it looks like inside. And obviously, if you can get the chance to spend the night on it, I mean, why not? Right now, we're on our way out of the Magathy River. We got Captain TJ here with Cruise the Chesapeake. He's been a big help to me. We did the fundraiser thing where we raised the money to take the elementary school kids out to watch us crab. Partnered on a bunch of events together before. He is our first leg of the journey. From what I understand, we're gonna get out there and then we're gonna anchor up and then we're gonna get picked up on an inflatable boat, and then that is what's actually gonna take us to the lighthouse, because there's like no piers, there's like nothing around the lighthouse really. There's a ladder on one side and a ladder on the other side, and then you go to the downwind side and get on the lighthouse. But so far, you guys know pretty much as I do about what we're doing, and I don't know what it looks like inside. I have no idea. So we're meeting the owners of the lighthouse out here, which is another interesting thing, that all the lighthouses in the Chesapeake are actually privately owned. I think they went up for sale, I don't know, 10 years ago, or nah, more than that, probably like 20 years ago or something. I remember seeing them for sale every once in a while and thought, wonder who's gonna buy a lighthouse. Well, today we're gonna meet the people that buy lighthouses. You're excited to go?
Yeah. Who gets to spend the night on a lighthouse? Nobody.
Apparently we do. And Riley.
It wouldn't be a middle of the water adventure without you and Riley.
It's true.
Well, we haven't broken down yet, so it's not a true adventure yet.
This boat is way too nice for us. This is TJ's boat. He ain't no crabber, that's for sure. This is a 46 Barkley, which is kind of like one of the pinnacle like work boats in the bay. This is a particularly nice one.
Oh, look at that boat. Oh, that's cool. Look at that speedboat. What is this?
Recognize it anywhere. It's only one of a kind.
We're getting real close now. I haven't been really close and personal with this thing lately. I go by it when I go crabbing, like every other day. But I have not like been up close to it to investigate. So I guess we're gonna anchor this boat up, and then they're gonna pick us up on that inflatable. And I know I look like a real idiot. This is humiliating, but I want to.
About to get worse.
Oh my gosh.
There.
I hate myself.
Now better audio.
This is awful. This is very embarrassing, but I want to get what it's like to actually like get onto the thing, because trying to get onto the lighthouse is a bit of a process. And I'm curious myself what it is, and I want to be able to like show you guys like what it's like to actually get onto the thing. Yeah, look, bait and stripers. That's cool. There's the anchor going down on the thing.
Right there.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Dude, that boat is so freaking cool, man.
Check that thing out. Dang, boy.
That's a pretty boat.
Luke McFadden.
What's going on?
Ed Miller, his lovely bride. Yeah, he's so famous. He doesn't remember himself. He didn't even know my name when he got on the boat.
Please.
Ed Miller is the best Yamaha mechanic in the world. So, high-tech marine.
Sounds good. I'll
See
keep
that?
it in
I
mind.
just threw you a pitch. Look at that, baby.
That's a nice boat, man. That thing's pretty slick. Ain't no crab boat.
I did enough of that in my younger years.
I feel ya.
I bought this place from the GSA, General Service Administration. Are you guys aware of that?
Like the auction?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm not allowed on that auction site anymore.
Yeah, I believe it. You came home with a
Last time
lighthouse.
I bought a lighthouse.
I can hold on to
This
that
has been the
too.
dream of mine since I was a little kid, man. Since I was a Delphi. The joke was, man, wouldn't it be cool if one day I could be involved with it? Next thing you know, I ended up owning it.
Uh-huh.
Did you grow up? Yeah, I grew up around here. Okay. Y'all ready to have a good time?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, let's do it.
Lindsay, finally a camping adventure video that you're excited to do.
I know, right?
Usually Lindsay's like, we're sleeping in what? Where? For how long?
Back of what truck? Right?
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say camper. She would be happy to have a camper.
Yeah, I like the camper.
Yeah, you're the bag man.
Sounds good. There's TJ's boat. Hey, like CJ says, you ain't much, but you're all I got.
No offense. We'll let the boat settle, but you guys just take your time.
Lindsay, why don't you go next?
Take your time. Got it? Got it?
Yep.
Got it.
How are you? This is pretty cool. I've never done this before. Welcome aboard. Hello, hello. You're gonna exit to the right. Alright. Grab whatever you need to grab.
Is there a dump later line that we can drop for luggage?
Yes.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
We are on the lighthouse.
This is pretty wild, dude. I literally have been going past this thing my entire life. I've never thought I'd ever be on it, much less like planning to spend the night on it. This is pretty nuts. Look at the thing we just came up. That's how you get up there.
I really hope that bathroom's functional because I really
Dude. Look at this is the bathroom.
Oh.
Dude, I thought that wasn't the actual bathroom. That's the actual bathroom. Look at it. That's crazy. Look, it just hangs off the side. That is wild. How crazy is that?
I was really hoping it was the bathroom, and I'm really happy that it's the bathroom.
Dude, yeah, I saw the sign. Ain't gonna stop us. See
Wait, so you literally just
Don't drop your phone.
Yeah, do not use a dangerous bathroom to be playing on your phone in. That's awesome.
I didn't really know what to expect coming in here.
Dude, I have no idea what to expect either. This is freaking crazy. Look at this.
Already, it's exceeded my expectations.
This is the bathroom. That's so nuts. I guess maybe on this side, there's the boat. Some scaffolding.
I told her, I said, wait till we get to Lindsay's bag. It weighs like 77 pounds.
Right?
All right, one more.
That's up.
Last one.
Yeah, that's strong.
Good?
Yep, go ahead.
Do you have any grapefruit pond?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
We opened the window right there and shoved the dog through the window to someone else because the dog was starting to freak out. It wouldn't go in the harness.
You all right? Yep. Great.
Yeah, I'm sorry, John, made you do that.
There goes TJ. We're here for the night now. All right, so we're here. We're on the lighthouse. It's actually super kind of awesome. It's beautiful. Look at this, dude. Look, they have an old crab boat too. Isn't that sick?
This is by far my favorite overnight camping trip. I don't think we're going to top this one.
You know what the thing is? This may not be a good video. You may want to click off now because this lighthouse is actually super sick and like way nicer than I was expecting it to be. I'm not gonna lie.
We're not roughhousing it, that's for sure.
No, we're not. But you know what? I'm actually super excited to use this. This is pretty much the coolest porta potty I've ever seen. It literally goes right into the drink. I'm fishing. I'm going fishing right through there. That's gonna be nice. Look at that. This is a risky one to play on your phone in, I will say. Man, that is so cool. I'm so excited. I brought some like Fig Newtons and everything. I'm like trying to, I'm excited to use that. That's pretty sick. Something else is kind of cool. This whole place is totally independent from the power grid, all that. So if you're looking to weather like an apocalyptic scenario, hit these people up.
I mean,
Got generators, grill, luxury seating, and these
just
cool
like
hatches.
we have at the crab stand.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty sweet. These doors are really awesome. All right, so this is sort of like the main level. Here's another really cool thing about this lighthouse. This was the only nuclear-powered lighthouse ever. It was only nuclear-powered for 1 year. And I was asking why, and apparently the rich people over on Gibson Island were complaining about the light and this and that, and they thought it was going to explode and leak over into whatever, and they knew some congressmen and whatever and got it unnuclear powered. But this hatch that we're standing on right now is from when they powered it with a reactor or whatever it might be. Apparently they craned it in through this door, took the door out, craned it in through this door, cut this hatch, lowered it down into the basement, and that's where the reactor lived, and it apparently worked perfectly.
What was it, like 5,000 pounds or something like that?
Yeah, it was...
The size of this?
Yeah, it was like the size of a 55-gallon drum.
Like this, right here.
So the whole reactor was about this big, but it weighed like 5,000 pounds. I don't know how that's possible, but it is. Little like kitchenette area that they use, hot pad and whatever else. Electricity. Voila.
Beautiful.
Look at that. Well, check this out. I mean, this is like freaking gorgeous. Look at this, like, look at that. I mean, this is beautiful. This is like something out of an actual book. It's like a full kitchen too. Pretty amazing. I mean, we just ate dinner. We got full kitchen, sink and all. This is really cool. This is all like graffiti from all the different years. And there is some dates scratched into here where there was one like 79 to 25, 79. So drop a comment if you are one of the people that did this actually. Here's a barometer. This tells you barometric pressure. It's pretty neat. I mean, I'll admit it, like when we were younger, we would get on things like lighthouses and possibly other unmanned structures in the bay just because they were there, you know? And that's what we would do. So I never did that though.
Very cool, very cool. D.B. Cooper was here.
And what year was this even built? I don't even know.
1906 or 8, 1908.
It started in 1904, finished in 1908.
Yes, that's correct. How long do you think this has been here?
Probably a long, I don't know.
Is this like new or like the little like, that's cool. Cheers.
Let's go explore the basement of this place. It's pretty neat. With a spiral wooden staircase. Also, this lighthouse is 55 foot from the water line to the top, but is 182 feet tall from the top of the light to the bottom of the structure. And I crab right around here, and I know that this bottom is like so soft and squishy that they had to go forever down into the mud to get this thing to stand up straight. But look at this. It's got some pretty sweet 3D windows, dude. Fishing hole right there.
That's cool. You could fish right out of here. No way.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I haven't even seen any of this. Wow. Pretty wild. Oops.
Ooh, you've been back here.
The owner said that the last time they put a new electric inverter in this thing, it got struck by lightning the next day, which sounds like a Luke scenario. So in here is where they used to shovel coal in from there, I guess, because they would use coal to heat it, I guess, heat the place, like oak wood to cook, you know, for the stove to cook. But the coal all used to come down this chute from a boat. You'd shovel it into here, and this is where they would store it.
These look like they could be bunk beds,
Yeah,
in a way.
they might be.
Riley, this is where you're sleeping tonight.
Sweet. Check this
What'd she
door
say?
out,
What'd she
dude.
say about this room? It was supposed to be like,
Storage for coal, I think?
yeah.
Yeah, this was the coal storage room, I guess. This is like one of those things where
Oh, they used to have a shower in here, is
Yeah.
what she said.
you'd imagine that like the door to slam shut, and then you're like stuck in here forever. This has got to be like the beginning of some kind of horror movie, bro. Mad sketchy, dude. Mad sketchy.
Nice zip tie handle there, very Luke McFadden-esque.
Oh yeah, that was my contribution to this whole
Ooh, look, stalagmites.
stalagmites.
Tasty.
Is it stalagmite or stalagmite?
I have no idea.
I have no
Drop
idea.
a comment if you know.
This is brick I'm just kidding. This is one of the chimneys, I guess. And these are they're like big cylinders that go down, and I can't remember. I can't remember what they call them, but whatever it is, I guess this is where they store like the clean water, or did store like the clean drinking water and all that kind of stuff. But I guess it also like evens the pressure from the outside and the inside of the structure, so that like the structure doesn't collapse like a submarine or something, you know.
I can't remember what that's called.
Neat. Yeah.
She just said it.
A bad science project. Yeah, pretty neat, pretty wild, pretty crazy that we're actually in this thing right now. And legally. Those are the ghosts. They also live here.
Yeah. Now it's been like that.
So the owners of the lighthouse have been like restoring this thing. And one of the ways they do restore this lighthouse, since they are privately owned, is they do tours. I'll leave like a link in the description, and you can book a tour and come and go outside the lighthouse and come in and check it out and all that kind of stuff. And that's how they get money to restore this. So it's really important that they keep that going. So if you guys want to come see this for yourself, I know they have a tour in October that they're trying to sell the tickets for, and we'll link that below. But it is so neat. This place is so cool. You can see like up there, see how that beam's all ate up? Well, apparently every beam in here looked like this. And the owner, John, has been fixing this whole thing. He's a bit of a woodworker and a craftsman. This is sort of the workshop right here. But this is all like original wood from the lighthouse. So I know there's people in here that know about like working on boats and houses, and especially wooden boats. Imagine a wooden boat and a house had a baby, and then it was a mile away from shore and abandoned for decades and decades and decades. That's basically how this thing started. Like this thing was a wreck, and the Coast Guard had come in and like spruced it up, but they had apparently had a lot of rotten stuff, scissored a lot of beams, and then threw all the rest of the lighthouse into the basement there. So when they got here, it was just completely nasty and full of junk and in really, really bad shape. So they spent a lot of time just undoing all of that and now redoing. So they have put some serious sweat equity into this lighthouse. But this is basically the workshop here, because I mean, imagine like getting out here and remembering that you brought your drill, but you forgot the battery in the truck. Like, you'd be screwed. All the doors apparently too were missing and in the basement in a giant moldy pile, and he dug through and figured out where all the doors went and all that kind of stuff. This is like the main beam that goes all the way up through the lighthouse. Apparently this is a steel beam that was painted, original paint, to look like faux wood, which is pretty cool. Kind of speaks to the craftsmanship of, you know, how they used to build stuff back in the day. Like, they took the time to hand paint this thing so it looks like wood. I guess it was some sort of turret piece off of a warship. But that's how they did things back then. They built things to work, and they built things out of what they had, even the government and everything. This is like a really cute, awesome little bathroom.
Oh, look at that beautiful sun.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Oh.
They got running water, they have toilets, they got...
There is no running water.
All that kind of stuff. Well, you can run and go get some water, and then you got running water.
Yeah.
Or fill up, but probably that's what that cranberry juice bottle is for,
yeah.
So you can fill it up with water. This is the master bedroom, and this is basically like the most finished room in like the lighthouse. It is gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
And so this is basically what the owners are trying to make the whole lighthouse look like. It's just, I mean, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful, and the craftsmanship and like the lighting he's put in and everything.
Imagine just like waking up and seeing the Bay Bridge and the water.
You ain't got to imagine it. We're going to do it.
Very true. Very true. Very cool.
But everything you see in this lighthouse, just think about the fact, every single thing, every board, every screw, every mattress and pillow had to be loaded on a boat, brought out here, hoisted into here, and then moved around here. Like, I don't even know how they got this up a spiral staircase. Pretty wild. Just bedding, closet. Pretty neat. You know the thing that's really tripping me out is that it feels like we should be moving and rocking because we're like surrounded by water. There's water everywhere. And it looks like we're on a boat. It feels like we're on a boat, but we're not. It's like so strange. You look out, there's water on all sides, and we're sitting perfectly still.
I would imagine this is kind of what it feels like to be on a cruise, minus the rocking, which is, to me, the best of both worlds. You get to look at the water, but you're not feeling like you're moving the whole time. I don't know, I've never been on a cruise before, so.
Yeah,
Yeah, for real.
pretty wild.
Neither is he.
Amish people don't go on cruises, dude.
She'd be too busy down there paddling.
Churning butter.
I was gonna say she's too busy churning butter. It just keeps going. This thing just keeps going, going, going. So this is like the second to last level, and this is the owners they built a bar up here called Splinters because they made it out of like all the spare bits of wood and whatever else. But I mean, look at this, it's gorgeous. You're looking out onto here.
Oh, that sun setting. It's just unbelievable to me. You could just sit here, watch the sunset on the water in a permanent structure.
I know. It really is pretty nice. This is way nicer than I was expecting. I'm not gonna lie. I was really expecting, like, I thought we were gonna be like sleeping on the floor next to like dead seagulls. That's what I was fully prepared for. Much to Lindsay's pleasure, that is not the case.
Much nicer than the Weibo. Rather stay here than the Weibo any day.
Come on now, the Weibo's nice. That's luxury. But here's the bar. Here, this is Splinters, the bar. Okay, pretty neat. Made out of whatever was left. The owners, by the way, are super cool people. We didn't know them. I don't know them, you know. We just met today, and they're awesome. Super sick people, super cool. I really, truly appreciate them letting us come here and do this. They're here actually staying with us, so we've got to know them pretty well, and they're really awesome people. Definitely the kind of guy that would own a lighthouse. Lindsay's like, him and I are talking, and Lindsay's like, oh boy, we're gonna own a lighthouse one day. We might.
At this rate,
you never know.
complain.
Pretty sweet though. You can see like all this wood here. Check this out. This is pretty neat. You can see the difference in like building material here. So these are original boards, and these are obviously new stuff that's been replaced. And look at the grain difference. Look how tight the grain is here. And then look how loose the grain is on this wood. It just shows you the quality of lumber then and now. It's pretty neat. But there's a reason this thing is still standing. I'm telling you, this lighthouse is built like a freaking tank. This thing will not move. And actually, when they were building this lighthouse originally, they were trying to set the original structure, and then a nor'easter came apparently, and the whole thing blew over. And then the insurance company, I guess, came out here and finished the job. But they, I guess, set up barracks around it, ended up building it basically like super fast, and just people all the time. They just had like, you know, teams of people working on it and all that kind of stuff, and they got it done. But that was from the like pinnacle of American industrialism. This was from a time where Americans got things done, all right? They also died like all the time and usually only made it to like 40, but you know, they got things done. So this was actually like the last lighthouse built in the Chesapeake. Apparently the original budget for this lighthouse was $60,000, which, what do we equate that to be in modern money, Riley? What was that like?
$8.5 million?
$8.5 million, which I mean, you couldn't build this now for $8.5 million. It was a different time. But look at this, the light just, it still works. And you know what the funny thing is? Next time you're out in the bay and you see this light that they still use for navigation, just think, it's running on an automotive light bulb from the 70s. But apparently it holds like, this is kind of neat, it holds like 5 light bulbs. And when one burns out, it just flips around and uses another. Like, it's not like it uses them all at the same time. It just has like built-in redundancies. I mean, check this out. This is pretty wild. I mean, we're on top of the lighthouse. This is Baltimore Light. I mean, it's just like incredible. There's like, let's see, 100 miles from here, 100 miles of shoreline from one spot. Baltimore Light is in the mouth of the McAtee River. And I see it on my way to work every morning by boat. But a lot of other people see it every morning driving over the Bay Bridge. That is the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. And the other lighthouse right there in front of the Chesapeake Bay Bridge is Sandy Point Light. And then we have the Chester River over there, Rock Hall, Tall Chester, Pools Island. That's basically like Aberdeen Proving Grounds. And then over there we have like Hart Miller Island and Essex and Dundalk. And then Baltimore, you can just barely see the Baltimore skyline through that gap, which is where the Key Bridge was. And then you have Pasadena, which is where I'm from, and Gibson Island, and then the McAtee River and Arnold. And then you have basically Sandy Point, like the state park and everything that's right there. It's pretty wild. You can see everything. I mean, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty sick. Yeah.
Yeah, this is something else.
And very safe.
Very safe.
Hasn't fallen yet, so I don't think it's gonna fall tonight.
We also signed a waiver before we got here, so.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not unsafe, I don't think. Like, obviously,
It's only
yeah,
unsafe if you're an idiot.
If you make it unsafe, anything's unsafe.
Like if you
Yeah.
fall through the toilet.
Yeah.
Yes.
You try to go in after your phone. So this is the bar. They call this Splinters. The owner made this out of all kinds of different stuff. This is like their power inverter and all that kind of stuff. They said the last one they put in got struck by lightning a day after they put it in and destroyed it, which is some crabber stuff here, but it looks like I've already, this is some of my handiwork if I've ever seen it. That is a zip tie any man would be envious to have. The best part is it's attached to a lighthouse. Check that out. These are the tanks that have, I guess would hold the drinking water and things like that. The chimney. So he said that this little light, this hole knock in here, so you have light. This is the boat that the owner's captain. They were, he was a pilot. He was also a captain. His wife was also a captain. So I'm hoping that this lighthouse is not like radioactive. I don't think so. I don't think it is. I don't feel anything funny, but if I wake up with like another ear, it might be. That's pretty cool. See the ships coming in from Baltimore. The owners are just doing a fantastic job of keeping this thing alive. The really cool thing about this lighthouse is that it is alive. It is wood and steel and concrete and iron and all kinds of things, and it is living and breathing. Like you can hear it creaking, and it's alive. It's so crazy, and it's like honestly really beautiful. It's the whole thing. I don't know. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's a work of art and history. The fact that it's still around after all those years, it was commissioned to be built in the late 1800s, and apparently was incredibly difficult to build. A couple attempts, storms, natural things kept taking it out. And this is it. This is a nice touch here as well. The old Screaming Eagle. But you know this wouldn't be a Luke video if I didn't go fishing, so I did bring a couple collapsible fishing rods and wondering if maybe we could catch a fish or two. See, give it a shot. I bring these little collapsible fishing rods everywhere, telescoping fishing rods. They're pretty sick. Great for travel, highly recommend. All rockfish jig here. Get some distance from up here. It's about 22 feet deep right here. I only know that because I literally go past it in the boat every day on my way to go crab. Very soft bottom.
Figured you were fishing.
Yep. That's all I'm doing is fishing. I'm not catching.
Welcome to my life.
I can't even see like any. I'm casting into a vast nothingness of space here.
I want to do something I've been waiting to do.
Pee off the edge. Dude, I already did. I just peed off the edge. It was actually awesome. It was so cool.
I'm going this way.
Dude, I peed over there and it went so far. Man, that is awesome. That's the best part about the lighthouse is that you got like 360 degrees of peeing power.
Oh my god, it just hit the ground.
Dude, I know you can literally like count and it before it hits the water. It's like you pee over here and by the time it hits the water, it's in Dundalk. It's like the equivalent of fishing out of a tree stand.
Actually, that's some nerve-wracking work on my scaffolding.
Oh, I bet. Scaffolding this like ratchet strap to the side of the lighthouse.
He's obviously had to do it though.
I can't believe how nice the thing looks. I mean, it's not completely covered in bird crap.
They said they just rinsed it off.
It's well painted. It's like a bridge. By the time you finish painting it,
You gotta restart it.
You gotta restart painting it again. It's amazing what they've been able to do.
Labor of love.
It is, it is. I said, is this a good investment? He said, it's the worst investment you could ever make. He said, but I got a lighthouse. This is turning into a classic Luke adventure where I am a professional fisherman that can never catch fish anywhere. The last couple, like 3 videos I've tried to fish, I haven't caught anything, except for an eel. Well, no fish, not yet at least. We're gonna try again in the morning, but we're gonna head up to Splinters. The owners are actually here staying with us. Have a couple drinks with them and head off to bed, and we'll catch you in the morning. Hopefully we'll catch a fish too. We'll see. I'll tell you what I'm gonna have though. One of these baked potatoes. Delicious. That's a remarkably good baked potato. Suspiciously good. I guarantee these are all fishing lures that they pulled off the rail from around the lighthouse. Here are the full-time residents. Also, if you want to donate to the cause here, you can do that because that's how they basically fund the lighthouse restoration. They got all kinds of information too. This is so you don't lean too far back at the bar and fall out the window, I would guess. John, is this so that you don't lean too far back and fall out the window after a couple gallons of rum?
That's exactly what that's for.
I like it. It's nice. It's crabber technology from the turn of the century.
Look, man, I'm an analog guy trapped in the digital world. That's analog. I'm into it.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, don't fall out the window.
I'll try not to fall out the window. Well, it's late. I gotta take a pee. And the best part about the lighthouse is that you have a lot of options anywhere you like. We're in the bathroom. I want to try that out too. That's just cool, man. That's cool. Dude, this thing is so cool.
I love the kitchen. I love the red cabinets.
So I guess they got the piece. I thought they lost the one piece.
It's broken in half.
I know, but the way they...
John said, the owner said that they were trying to lift this up from the boat to put it in here, this countertop, and it was tied on each end. And a gust of wind came and it broke it into 2 pieces against the side, and so they had to glue it back together in here.
Very cool. Love the kitchen.
Yeah, I do too. It's pretty sweet. What are you doing?
Going to bed.
Okay.
What do you think I was doing?
I don't know. I thought maybe you'll say something funny for the video.
Oh, like jump off the lighthouse. I don't know.
That'd be kind of sick, actually. Riley, hold my camera.
Middle of the water.
Dude.
I just asked them to do...
Where?
How did the ants get here?
Where do they come from? Where do they go? Where do they come from? God, I show. I'm sorry, I'm going to bed.
But don't worry, I'm helping solve it.
The lighthouse is getting to her.
There's a limited supply of ants, so we're slowly killing them.
Well, bummer. Well, we've solved the ant problem. There's no longer ants on the lighthouse.
Ants don't swim.
Yeah, that's wild. I'm telling you, They used to just do stuff that made sense. Now you have to have like, you know, engineering drawings, safety, things like that. Before, in the peak industrial age of American ingenuity, they just did stuff to do it because they could out of what they had. It wasn't the best. I mean, you know, really not great, but
It's like
it did work, I guess.
spots on the floor where you're like on the upper levels, you can look down and see daylight. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, and ants.
Right here.
Very
Trying to solve
interesting.
these issues around.
This thing is just like kind of a, it's sort of like a cabin. Just in the middle of the woods. Or the water, I mean. It's basically a cabin in the middle of the bay. It's pretty awesome.
We're on a lighthouse in the middle of the Chesapeake Bay.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
It's so cool. It is so cool. Yeah, this is cool. Like,
Oh, the other thing is,
by water. Does that not make you want to have a panic attack or something?
I mean a little bit, but I can get over it. The one thing you do got to do is check on the boat. Anybody that gets up to pee or do anything, you just got to check on the boat and make sure it is still tied up, but mostly that it is not wrapped around the ladder underneath this hatch. That's by far the most
Also,
important
don't
thing.
Step on the grate, allegedly.
Oh yeah.
What is it, like 99% of lightkeeper deaths occur by stepping on the grate or something like that?
Oh man, and that just makes me want to do it so
He said,
bad.
very first thing, first
I'm
rule
not
of the
gonna do it.
lighthouse,
Don't step on the
you
grate.
don't step on the grate. It's like Fight Club at Lighthouse.
Yeah. Tempting,
It was the first-
tempting, but I won't do it.
I know, it really does just make me want to step on the grate. Riley and I were saying we wish the basement was creepier.
It's not creepy
It's
at
not
all.
creepy at
I
all.
know, it's just very utilitarian.
We can't even make it like a
She
creepy lighthouse video because it's not creepy. It's just
You
boring.
kind of feel sick.
Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool.
You know the good thing about having a lighthouse is? No door-to-door salesman.
Yes.
That's
No one.
I wasn't sure who it was. Yeah, I was just checking it out. Going to get some water, fill up my water bottle. We are going in for the night. You have to put these black curtains up at night so that the light from in the lighthouse doesn't interfere with like navigation and stuff. So the procedure here for brushing your teeth is take water from the jug, put it in a cup, and use the cup to brush your teeth. And I would do that, but I don't have anywhere to put my phone to record this. And I can't hold my toothbrush and my phone at the same time. So you're just gonna have to believe me. But the plumbing is pretty sophisticated and state-of-the-art. But I like it. It works. And that is a very fancy toilet. Oh, I have that same one in my house. Purple Power. Look at that. Beautiful. Well, it's morning. And that was a very peaceful night of sleep, I won't lie. That was really nice. Wow. It is beautiful. Come check on the boat. Boat is fine. Oddly enough, it's in basically the same spot. I'd have thought the tide would have flipped. I mean, I'm sure it did, but it didn't get tied up. There's no crab boats out today. And the reason is because it's Monday, and most people don't have market on Mondays, so they don't go crabbing. You gotta go crabbing when you can sell the crabs. Usually Mondays are not good days to sell the crabs. Also, if you don't do electronic hailing, you have to have a designated day off with your commercial crabbing license in Maryland. It either has to be Sunday or Monday. And most guys take off Monday because they have more market on Sunday. That's likely why there's no crab boats out here. Catching any fish, Riley?
Nope.
Dude, we are gonna go hungry. It's a good thing we don't do catch and cook and clean videos and whatever else.
We
because, yeah, right. We'll be dead and gone before we ever catch anything.
Only eat when we catch. We're gonna starve.
Yeah, it should just be 24 hours fasting.
That's why we're not doing the 72-hour one.
Exactly. It's not often that you get to drink coffee on the lighthouse that's also on your mug. Usually, you can have one or the other, but it tastes better when it's out of a mug that has the actual lighthouse that you're sitting on the mug. So we got some drawings and things like that of the lighthouse. This is pretty neat. So right now we are, oh, that's the cellar. We're sitting right here. Right there. Yeah. Right about here, I guess. Here is a picture of the nuclear reactor. You said it was made 60 watts, but it was designed to do that literally until the end of time. Here's the schematics for the outhouse. Take a picture of this, Riley. We need to build one of these at home.
You'll build it right in your backyard.
That's right. That's like literally everything. This is the foundation. There's the ladders to get up.
That was actually a nice diagram to have to kind of get the idea of how to the rungs on the ladder. Because when we showed up, they were both straight up, you know.
Oh, yeah.
You leave them cocked like this, so we redid this ladder with that angled stuff.
What year would this have been where they built all this
That
around
would have
it?
been about 1907.
1907. So this was before it was finished.
Yep.
This is while they were building it.
Yep.
Funny thing is, it looks like it already needs a paint job, and they hadn't even finished it yet. So they constructed like an entire little like work camp around it, I guess.
Yep.
Huh.
And they had the easy part. They got to kind of build it from, you know, bottom up. And we're repairing it top down.
Yeah.
So we had 4 or 5 volley columns in the walkthrough to jack up the main beam so we could cut out the bad wood and John could put new wood in. He did that over his birthday. He was out here for 4 or 5 days straight. Just him. Well, Joe came out for a little bit, but he had to be dropped off. It was so nasty out. He got dropped off. We had everything out here. He had a backpack with some food. And he calls me up. He's like, "This package of grits out here," because I'm from the South. I eat grits. And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Is this supposed to be black and white?" I'm like, "No." Probably got ants in it or something. Throw it out. And he got that main beam done. And this thing goes all the way down to the basement, this iron pole.
Yeah.
And he had to tie into that, pull out the bad wood. So, but when we got this place, this is what it all looked like. Just cut out, they just cut out all the wood, the bad wood, left it in the basement for us. If it's calm out, the boat ends up just getting in this weird eddy and wrapping itself around the lighthouse, and then you have to play, you know, boat line, you know, spaghetti.
The current rips around these things too.
It does.
Current really rips around Sandy Point.
Yeah.
Man, I'll cry around that one, and it's like the draft behind that thing. You could stick the boat in there, and you're fine. You don't have to move.
One day it was really calm out. A ship went by, and about 20 minutes later, just this beautiful single wave just went. I mean, you could see it go all the way down the bay. It's so cool.
Was that in the winter?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, we get those rogue waves sometimes in the wintertime.
And then in the spring, when it's calm, but the current's flowing south, you get the big pollen, you know, on the water. That's pretty cool to watch.
Yeah.
When we rescued that overturned kayaker, you know, we got her on the boat. We didn't have any towels. We had these foul weather jackets and we put them on her. And I'm like, "Here, drink some water." She's like, "I don't want any water," but you still get dehydrated. And she said, "Do you have a phone? I need to call my mom. She's probably worried about me." And I'm like, "Sure." And I said, "What's the number? I'll dial it for you." And she's like, "I don't know." And that's the day and age we live in too. She's like, she didn't have her phone and couldn't remember the number. And
What year was that?
2017.
she went missing. You said she came out of Bodkin, she went missing, and you guys found her out here by the lighthouse?
Found her about between us and the tip of Gibson Island.
2017. And you said she was early 20s?
Yep. About
We probably
24.
We probably knew her.
Yeah.
Do you know any Breeze?
No, a few.
Few.
Luke's dated them all.
Yeah.
She had a kid too. She said, my mom has my, I think she said daughter. She's probably worried sick about me.
Oh, I don't know her then.
Oh, now you don't know. Was it daughter quarteration?
You spend enough time out here, something's
Oh, yeah.
crazy's bound to happen, you know? So you really just bought the lighthouse as a government auction, huh?
At a government auction, yeah.
Didn't you say the first night that you guys were on here, the Coast Guard
police.
came out or something?
The
They were
police,
trying to
right?
tell you to get
Police,
off
yeah.
of it?
And the Coast Guard, and they're like,
There's
disembark the lighthouse now! I own it! And I had all my paperwork in a file with a, in a sleeve so it was protected if it got wet, in a 3-ring binder. And Mark and I rode over to them and got on the boat and showed them all the paperwork and had the official letter, congratulations, you are now the owner of Baltimore Harbor Lighthouse. and then, of course, it was like, well, we don't know anything about this. And it's like, well, yeah.
Do you really think we broke in somewhere and planned it so well that
And
we...
drug a cooler up here.
Yeah, and then
right. That would be some very, very much committed
we
Yeah.
faked all these documents.
B&E.
Yeah.
There's a lot of schematics on this porta potty that hangs off the side.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, there's like 2 of them. That's pretty crazy. They have every little thing mapped out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of... How do you even start to conceive something like this?
Isn't it a... Well,
Such
if
a
it was the first one... it'd be
engineering
interesting.
masterpiece.
Yeah.
The porta potty.
It starts off as a dream in the porta potty.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You start thinking
Started
about
at the porta potty, ended at the porta potty.
Probably where the inspiration... Yep, the
Yep.
inspiration came.
Exactly. What year did they officially start it, the construction, and what year did it officially, in operation?
In operation was 1908. In 2008, we had our 100-year anniversary. They commissioned it in 1902, but then 1904 is when they got the funding and everything, and then 1906 is when it started, and it fell over, and the insurer of the people who got the bid to do it finished it. So it's a little
The
timeline is
convoluted.
a little convoluted.
Yeah.
And this was back when it was the lighthouse was its own entity, was its own thing. Then the U.S. Coast Guard absorbed it. It was commissioned for the U.S. Lighthouse Service. We are responsible for maintaining the building and everything around it that holds up the light.
Mm-hmm.
They decommissioned Sandy Point 5 years ago, is it, or a couple of years ago now? But
Really? So there's not even a light in the top of there anymore?
No.
Huh.
yeah.
Oh yeah, here's the schematic of the basement there, and with those cisterns and everything.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, this is a very unique lighthouse because it's got so many levels. Mm-hmm. 4 levels, and the top.
Yep.
So the cisterns in the basement are basically just wells, like water wells.
Yeah.
And those held the clean drinking water and everything.
And they held the water that came down from the gutters.
Mm-hmm.
So clean, washing water, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were bringing
But
out.
I'm sure there was all kinds of birds that were
You-
probably didn't. That plan works very well on paper, but in reality, probably
This
doesn't
is
work
the
as well.
Osprey lunch spot, and let me tell you,
Yeah.
they are slaying the fish this year.
Oh, I can see it. I seen it.
Yeah, and there's just
That makes one of us.
there's fish guts and everything, and you can see the scales on the handrails.
Here's a cutaway picture of the nuclear reactor. So is the lighthouse radioactive at all? Have you ever had a Geiger counter out here?
Geiger counter was in with the information on the GSA that Geiger count shows 0.
Really?
Yep.
Huh. Well, there goes that title and thumbnail, Riley.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
We were saying Luke should bring a set of fake ears and it was a great trip and have an ear growing on his forehead.
it was funny too when the Coast Guard first came out. They said, "So congratulations, but we didn't get our scaffolding off. Everything on the lighthouse comes with the lighthouse."
The scaffolding conveyed. This is probably my favorite schematic here. It's pretty sweet. It's got the foundation essentially, and this is all underwater. Top of the water is right here, okay, in this picture. It's about 20 feet deep, and then all this is soft mud, this whole area right here. And then all this is like sand and hard bottom where they can finally like, you know, have it sit there. So, I mean, this thing is not going anywhere. You could not remove this lighthouse if you wanted to, I don't think. But there's these big columns inside that are all filled with stone and concrete and sand and all kinds of things like that. Pretty cool. It's so wild that, I mean, this is a super tall lighthouse with 4 different basically like levels you can go into, and it is like twice as tall as it is above the water line. Like you can see only about, I don't know, a third of it or so. There's so much of it underneath the water. It's crazy. Like this stuff will never see the light of day ever again. Pretty wild.
Whoa, what are these?
How you doing?
Good.
These are the old drawings and things for the lighthouse. That's like the foundation and everything. Isn't that crazy? So oddly enough, if you Google Baltimore Lighthouse, there's actually Google reviews, which is very interesting considering you can't really come on here. Like, it's not a thing. It's privately owned. But it does not stop people from leaving Google reviews. And we're going to take a look at a couple of these and see if I agree they are valid or not valid at all. So one of the Google reviews is by Mark Roman. It says, catch perch and rockfish here in the summer. 5 stars, 7 years ago. I cannot confirm that we have caught any rockfish or perch off of here, but it is late summer and I know we could catch them if we had more time and a little more bait. I do think that it is very plausible you'll catch many fish here. Another one of our reviews is beautiful lighthouse, nice to boat up to. -1 star because they poop straight into the water. That is by Kyle Reed a year ago. And I actually think that it gains +5 stars because, I mean, what a cool novelty. And I get it, you know, people are like, oh, well, you're always whining about the wastewater treatment plants, this and that. Okay, yes, I get it. But this is incredibly low impact here. That is hundreds of millions of gallons of water a week. All right, you're not gonna hurt anything here. I actually think it's very cool novelty. You get to pee in the water. Hey, and if you've ever been on a boat, you're not going in a bottle. You know what I'm saying? You ever been to Secrets in Ocean City? I ain't never seen anybody ever get out of the water. So this place, it ain't nothing. I'm giving it +5 stars because you can poop straight into the water, actually.
Did you try it out?
I did.
Oh, this is a very suspicious review. 5 stars by TJ Sanner, the owner of Cruise the Chesapeake. Great views. I can confirm it is 5 stars. The views are 5 stars, and if there was a 6 star, it'd probably have that one too. October 26, 2024, they are doing a tour of this lighthouse where you can purchase a ticket through the link down here, and TJ will take you out here on the boat and you can actually get on the lighthouse. They are only selling 30 spots for this trip, and if you are wanting to come and do this and see this for yourself, you can't spend the night, but you can come out here and see the lighthouse and then go take a tour of the surrounding areas. You ought to get it now because this is not like some public place here. You can't just do this. Like, this is a privately owned lighthouse and like semi part-time residence. So you got pretty much this chance. There's only 30 spots, and I think I am actually gonna come with the tour and come out here and be with you guys. So if you want them, get them right now because they're gonna be sold out, and that is how they make money to be able to come out here and restore the lighthouse, is through selling very limited trips like this. So check that out, and I'll see you on October 26th. Super cool because, like I said, this is not an opportunity that you get. This is an opportunity that they created in order to raise some money for the lighthouse. Super cool. Google reviews, mostly valid. I think we're gonna leave them at least 5 stars. +1 star for pooping in the water, actually. Pretty cool, highly recommend. Huh, well, it was nuclear powered, I guess. Funny enough that it says radioactive on the porta potty. I'm genuinely excited that I finally get to experience the coolest bathroom on the bay. Wow. Nice view. Good fish in here. Ah, yes. +5 stars. Well, there's TJ. he ain't no crabber.
Be smart.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're leaving now. Pretty rad though. Super sick. Highly recommend you come see a lighthouse if you can. And if you really can spend the night in one, highly recommend that as well. I bet it's brutal up here in the summer. It's gotta be so hot. But the stairs are so neat. Oh, the other review was that the bar was nice, but the service was eh, and I can agree with that. Just because you are your own bartender. You gotta sit back there, make your drinks. Look at that, can't get away from them. That's a pretty crab. Yeah. That's a nice one. I'm gonna jump in there and get him.
Looks like, let me at him.
Hey, we're making money.
$10 bill.
Yeah, exactly. That's like the equivalent of me seeing a dollar bill on the ground. Like, I gotta pick it up.
Yeah, but I remember when a crab like that cost $1.
Yeah, right? You gotta get a souvenir from the lighthouse, you know? If you come home empty-handed, you ain't no crabber. Before we leave, gotta make sure that I got my wallet and phone. That would be a real bummer.
Yeah.
Or I have my phone, I'm filming on it. My wallet and keys, I meant to say. Okay, wallet, check. Keys, check. One of the cool things about the lighthouse is that most of the lighthouse is wired up in 12 volts like a boat. So that it can run off a battery bank and a solar panel and everything when there's nobody here. When they're here, they run generators with an inverter, but it's kind of neat actually. And these are confirmed all fishing lures that they pull off the ladder every time they come.
All right, slow as pro. Kelly Crusoe.
We'll see you later, I guess.
Thank you. Hey, you know what? Let me
Thank you
shake
so
your hand.
much. I really
It
do
was a
appreciate
pleasure.
everything.
Oh,
Seriously.
us too. You're welcome back anytime.
I really appreciate
Yes,
that.
yeah.
It was awesome, and we'll see you in October.
Yep, and we'll be supporting you. You support us. It'll be great. Got to support everybody on the bay.
Absolutely.
I mean, the bay is so amazing. Thank you.
You're all
Good as you, dude.
It's like the fourth wall.
Yeah. What are all the numbers and letters and stuff
No, this is
in
pretty
there?
cool. These are courses. So you see the 13 up there?
Uh-huh.
That's the 13th course, 12th course, 11th course.
Uh-huh.
So to give you an idea how deep this thing, how big this is, and then the numbers around, you know, the Roman numerals all the way around, you know, 1 to what's the highest number? We can't see where the start sign is.
So what does course mean? Just piece?
There's 13 courses. So the top course is 13, this bottom course, and these.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see, like layers. Holy crap, I didn't realize that.
So this piece right here,
11?
scares me to look in here, but these pieces are tabbed. And then the two tabs and then bolted together. So that's what's holding this.
Interesting.
So I mean, it is real.
It's some thick steel. It's a couple inches, an inch thick maybe?
I think it's more like 1.5 inches, if not 2 inches.
Yeah.
It's not steel, it's iron.
Oh.
So you can't weld it.
Right,
you know?
right.
You can
Gotta bolt it.
You got everything's bolted.
It's amazing this thing has lasted so many ice storms and things like that.
It's rated something like 30,000 tons per square foot of ice pressure. I mean,
Built to last.
it's built to epic proportions.
Yeah. They truly don't build it like this anymore.
They just sold it to a regular Joe like didn't ask any questions. Just took the shit.
Yep.
I don't need to jump through what I want.
There he comes.
It's so nice on days like today. This is.
But when it's not blowing like 30.
Oh man, if you would have seen what we did getting on here on Saturday. Of course, it turned beautiful.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was sketchy at best.
I bet. Well, sketchy at best sounds like it's within tolerance for our standards.
You watermen, I wasn't worried.
No, we're not worried.
Still trying to figure out, you know, as far as bringing the general public on, they got to be able-bodied.
Yeah.
The
That is the other thing.
Right.
If you're going to
sign up and get one of the 30 tickets to come on here and see this, you got to be able to do this. This is the only way to get on and off. So make sure you are able-bodied enough to be able to get up and down this ladder, climb through hatches, climb over the rail, do whatever you got to do. It is an awesome, super exclusive chance to be able to see inside of here.
If you have a helicopter, you can come that way too.
Yeah, you can come that way, although that's a little extra.
Yeah, that's actually.
Dangerous place to be right here.
Yeah, the danger zone.
You're in the splash zone. Look at it. Wow. Epic.
Nice to see you, man. Thanks for helping. Thanks for having us. Yeah, thanks for arranging.
Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. It's really, really nice to meet you.
We're going to see you again. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. For sure. I'll see you in October, hopefully. And if not then, I mean, I'll see you whenever. Yeah,
You got
for sure.
gray hair. I want you hanging out.
You're right. Well, hopefully I got gray hair and not no hair like you.
I get that a lot too.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. We made it out. We stayed the night. Amy and John, the owners, are super, super, super cool people. And that was just amazing. That was an amazing experience. I can finally say I did it. Now I don't have to wonder every time I drive past it in the morning what it looks like inside or what it's like to even stay on it. We had an awesome time. If you want to go see it, you have this one rare opportunity because it's not open to the public. It's a privately owned thing that they do not let people do. So we really, truly do appreciate them letting us stay. If you want to like and subscribe and do all that stuff, that's up to you. Next time some last minute crazy harebrained adventure comes up, you know we're going to do it. And we're just going to figure it out as we go like we did this time. Thanks for watching. This was awesome. And we'll catch you next Friday.